afternoon, Simon Pollard here, garden designer and director of Awakening Walks and Talks. This is the part 2 video of how to design your garden. You see, in the first one, you'll remember, we talked about what do you want to do in your garden, whether it was have a barbecue or a cup of tea at 11 o'clock or kick a ball with your grandchildren, because that has a real huge knock-on effect on ultimately how you're going to design your garden. But when you've got the answers to those questions, the next set of questions are, well, twofold really. Firstly, where does the sun travel through your garden? That's really important, because if you like barbecues, then you probably have them in the evening, and you'd want to put the pergola or paving or area where the sun's going to be at the end of the day. The only time that might change is in August, when it's really, really hot. If you like to have a cup of tea at 11 o'clock, then where you would have your cup of tea would be determined by where the sun is, for that same reason. It may be that you want to do both those things, and that also will have an effect on where you put your features in your garden. And when you've worked out where you want to put the features in your garden, then you'll work out where the lines of traffic are going to be, because you need to be able to get around in your garden to those places simply and easily, especially if you come out into the garden in the winter, and I think you should, because then the ground might be wet and you want to be able to come out in slippers or everyday shoes, which you can. So those are really important things. Where does the sun travel through your garden? That will determine where you put your features, your pond, your pergola, your decking, your paving, and that then will determine where the traffic is and where you put the paths in your garden. Kind of makes sense really. Once you've sorted those out, everything else generally kind of tends to fall in place. So there you go, that's Simon Pollard, garden designer. If you would like to know anything more about any of these, call me 07970 414 784. You could always buy the book The 3-Year Pond. There's a section about garden design at the end of every chapter. How cool is that? Thank you very much.
Never let you go.